through a Wayne Cummins, who believes in what we're doing, through a CEO who believes in what we're doing, and also mandates that this is how he wants his business to be done, and through a chairman who provides us that vision. So from that perspective, we can only find new and ingenious ways of making this work for everybody. Because now, as you saw today from the graduation, it wasn't that I graduated, it wasn't that Beverly graduated, it wasn't that Novlet graduated. We had people from everywhere in Sandals graduating at all levels. So it's not that the education process is only for Phillip. It's for anyone who's willing to take the time to engage themselves and at the same time engage others. Now that journey I got going through GULL. And by utilizing the training and development managers and the HR practitioners on resort, more or less as a catalyst to get that message across, is why we've been successful so far. And it's why we will continue to be successful in the future, because we cannot do it without them. Now, it takes a lot of work, so you have to make up your mind. It's not going to be easy. It's not easy to get someone to do classes at work or at home. But if you're not a driver, you're not going to make it. And that's what I've tried to be to the team that I work with, in terms of leading by example. Yes, if I had not gone through GULL, maybe I could have sold the process to them. But by going through it, I'm leading by example, and I'm showing them the various aspects. We're now looking at some of the things that have come from GULL. We use the personal learning statement in everything that we do. Everything that we do now. It's part of our normal business practice. It's the framework in how we operate. So even during an interview, you got to do a personal statement. GULL taught us that. We weren't using, it wasn't an instrument we were using before. Right? And anytime I want to get a barometer for where somebody is, I send them the personal learning statement. I let them do a weekly summary, let them do a monthly summary, so they can start to get their thoughts together. We found that out during this journey. Okay? We now have an HR and training report, albeit we're doing it for the first time. But a lot of the information that we're capturing came from our journey together during the GULL process. So it's not just action learning because you're learning. It's action learning that provides a new pathway for business processes. And it's so funny because I was mentioning to Dr. Tier that pretty soon we're going to have to come up with a business degree for action learning, because there are too many other processes that we're doing that are business focused that we're not capturing. Like the Sandals Property Performance Report. It's a business process that Mark and Mr. Cummins developed for this company. And it works. It tracks your kilowatt hours for electricity. It tracks your water consumption. It tracks your food costs, right? It tracks your guest scores, right? So all these things basically were found out after you start to go through a process of holding people accountable. So if we can find that through HR and training practices, then what else is out there that we haven't even ventured to look at yet that could help us be a better company, a better community citizen? Look at the things that Winston Anderson is doing in St. Lucia. It's a similar process. You're finding avenues to improve your business through improving the lives of your team members. As far as I'm concerned, that's a win-win. I mean, a common phrase that I've developed now is, when I was growing up, even in school, you were taught to think out of the box. Well, I've changed that now. There is no box. Make your own. Then think out of that box. You'll find it's a totally different box than the one I used to use. Right? You'll also find that when you engage people, as we have done, we recently had a retreat for HR and training, okay? It allowed people to not just send an email to a name, send an email to a person. That's what I'm striving to do with the team that I work with. And to quote the CEO, if there are 10 things that I'd like to do and I only get 5 done, I'm still better off for it. So, hey.